Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have been tagged for this 10 crafty questions. The lovely little Sue, crafty beginner, Sue, you tagged me, thank you, I think. So I've got 10 questions to answer. Now I know that a lot of crafters have skipped one of the questions. I think I'm going to do the same. And instead talk about something else crafty, just to fill the gap. So the first one is, what's your name? So my name's Sarah, hyphenated first name, Sarah Jane, but I only get called that by my parents when they're like cross. So it's just Sarah. Changing my surname, divorced, so that's all changing. But those of you that send me posts, you know that anyway, so that's all good. How did I come up with my YouTube name? So just sitting around in the lovely Debbie Brown's back garden crafting as we do when the weather's nice, and she was Nanny B. Lovely, lovely. I thought the name was gonna fly, literally fly, and no, she stuck with Debbie Brown. And we were just throwing acronyms and all sorts about, and yeah, we just together sort of was playing with words, and I really love shabby chic style. Have done since being a child and going to Cornwall and going into the old tea houses and the lavender shops, and you just, the lace and the lavender and the smells and just the frills everywhere, and all the florals and the country style. I love it. I think it's amazing. Still working on my style of it. I think I've got a very modern outlook on it, quite minimalistic. It's not too voluptuous and fluffy, but I'm getting there. I think that's going to come in years to come, but I love shabby chic style, and at the time that's all I really knew, so it was kind of Sarah's shabby chic creations, so it's kind of stuck with me at the minute. But at the minute I've started to love real dark vintage, boho, gypsy. There's so many styles out there, it's just too much to take in. I have to kind of rein it in a little bit. What is your favourite craft? At the minute I'm still loving lace work. I'm loving still making dream catchers. I've just started to make some lace bags inspired by Lynn Bentley. I'm having fun with lace still. I do go back and have a play with paper. Paper I find quite hard. It's quite two-dimensional, whereas with the fabric it's a lot of three-dimensional work. I think I work best that way. So yeah, that's lace at the minute, although I have picked up the crochet hook again, and bear with, because it's just there. As I say, I have just picked up the crochet hook again. Now, first time I did crochet work, my squares didn't even look like squares, they just looked like rags. So I found a simple pattern. Now it's not much, but it's taken me a good 3 days. I won a lovely wool bag from Lynns too, and that's where my wool is now kept. The overflow is still in my cube unit, but the bulk of it is in there. So I've taken one out, and I've just started to crochet a little bag. So yes, I've just started crocheting again. It's quite therapeutic. Put that down there. What is your favourite place to shop for craft supplies? My belly is going, I do apologise. I I shop anywhere. I shop in Hobbycraft, The Works, eBay, other crafters, Etsy, especially Etsy for digital kits, and yeah, just anywhere I go. Boot sales, craft fairs, just to get a variety of what's out there. But I love a bargain, so hardly ever like. If I see something in the shops, retailers, I will wait till it's in sale. I don't mind being one of the last to get that design of pack, just to be a bit savvy with the money, really. But yeah, I just shop anywhere. So there we go. What are your top favourite crafters? I'm not answering that one, as many of you have done. I sat here and literally just went back 5 days on who I've been watching, and I have over 60 of you written down. I go back, I don't just watch your recent videos, I go back and watch the history of your videos. I type in and find new crafters every day because of what I'm looking for, what I need inspiration for. Yeah, there is not just 5 of you out there that I watch and I can call top crafters. Everybody out there is amazing. And there's so many different styles, so everyone's got a niche, and it's brilliant. Every channel, I watch channels all the time. I have it playing if I'm not watching The Walking Dead, which I'm binge watching at the minute because all 10 seasons are on. I've got YouTube on. So yeah, it's very hard to switch the off button on that one. So not answering that one because I watch far too many of you and love you all to pieces. What's your favourite colour? Orange. With the vase behind me, and the artwork and the tops. Orange. I love orange. It's not a great colour to craft with. It's a very hard colour to craft with. Oh, even my cup, see, even my cup's orange. Yeah, I do love all colours of the rainbow. I really like orange and blue, the kind of Moroccan style together. I do like that, the dark blue and the bright orange. But yeah, orange has always been my go-to colour, and it's very hard to blend with another colour. So yeah, other than that, I like every colour. I do. It's, if you want, if anyone ever thought, oh no, I can't make her something because it's not orange, I love all colours. And anything can really go, it all sits nicely. I have an eclectic mix of colours. What are your favourite craft tools? Don't know if you'd regard it as a tool because it's a machine, but at the minute it's my sewing machine. I love the sewing machine. I am loving the ink and the blending tool. I'm loving that at the minute, the blending tool. And what else? Oh, with regards to paper craft, the lovely Colette sent me one of these, which is one of the measuring guides, but you can see through it, which is amazing for fabric and for paper, because then I can just place it underneath and then use my cutter to just make everything straight. Because with me, nothing's really ever that straight. It's all a bit wonky. But then that's me. Where did you get your love of crafting from? I think I've had it since I was a kid. My mum is quite crafty with the sewing machine. She knits for the local Greenwich Hospice and does blankets for the homeless. She does the twiddle muffs, which I did a video on a little while ago. And she's quite creative. She's currently making a top for herself. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. So yeah, she's recently got her sewing machine back out, which is great fun. But I've always been into it. I've always been drawing, painting. I did do pottery as a child. These were my little pottery items when I was 10. Look. The sides don't meet. But for a 10-year-old, like, the colours and everything, and this, I thought that was quite good, and it's lasted this long. It's kept safe with me. And then the following year, because we had a little pottery tower in our primary school, we was very lucky actually, I made a teapot. A very wonky teapot. See what I mean? Lines. And it does undo. So I think I've always had that hands-on, tactile way about me. And then when did you start crafting? Well, there you go. Young age. I've always been inspired by art. As I've gone through, it's a lot of architecture. That's what I did my degree in. Even though I went in as a fine artist. I've got some more bits to show you actually. This is what I mean. I didn't do the crafty question. So these are really old. Like, I have developed since then. But some of the old pieces. So I did do painting as a child. And this is one of my early teenager pieces. So I did do painting. And of course we had to do drawings. I remember sitting there in class and losing the will, but you persevere and you get there. Loved different artists. This was inspired by Paul Klee. So I had to take a line for a walk. And it was kind of like real modern art, which I really like. People will look at it and go, huh? But then I know the meaning behind it. So, and as an artist, that's all that matters. But yeah, so I did all funky things like that. And you honing your skill and do that, and then when you get to uni, they just want weird shapes. So that's what I did. I started experimenting with fluidity and things like that. So you end up working on massive sheets and doing pieces like that. And that was all part of doing a extension on St Paul's Cathedral. Not that I think it would ever happen. But there we go. So yeah, so I did had a lot of books. I am an absolute bookworm, as well as crafting. So I've got the Art of Architecture, which I love. Lots and lots of brilliant illustrations all the way through of how artists have painted buildings. That's been like a little Bible. It's been great, especially when you do pick up to draw sort of buildings and that now. It's good to reference back and just see how older artists in the past did their approach. The last question on here: what has been your favourite craft so far? I would have to say anything with lace. Absolutely anything. I'm still loving dream catcher work. The dream catchers that I'm currently doing are slightly more developed on from this. This is one of the first ones that I actually did. So as my craft is developing, the projects are developing. So yeah, so this is one of the earlier ones. And looking back, it's like this was one of my first wall hangings. This was the first actually, with a paper. So I hadn't even learnt that you could put your images onto fabric at that point. So that was my first one. and then they're developing as I go, and I'm absolutely enjoying it, absolutely loving it. All aspects of it. I've gained new respect for my sewing machine, and it's making projects so much easier. I'm making bags from scratch now, in like 10-15 minutes, where I was sewing them by hand and taking over a day. But I'm still a massive bookworm. As much as I love watching YouTubers, and I find it easier to follow watching someone physically in front of me than a pattern in a book. I still love the books, and Jeannie, me and you are so on the same wavelength. Look. But I haven't just got this one. I've also got the romantic ribbon one as well. I'm hoping one day that I can fathom out the instructions, fathom out the art of making flowers from ribbons. But it looks like it's a lot of singeing. So it's projects. So it's going to take me a while yet, because I like candles. When I singe the petal ends, I use tongs. I don't put my hands anywhere near a flame. It's a no-go for me. So to actually physically hold a lighter and be that close, it scares me. So that's going to take a little bit of building up to. What else do I have? Oh, beading. I'm really enjoying beading. This is just reminding me to say. And this book here is amazing. I don't think I'll ever be able to make anything in this book, but it's amazing. It's very ethereal pieces, and they look very simple, but they're not. So it is lots and lots and lots of different techniques. They use lots of different beads. But I feel it's an amazing book, absolutely amazing, just to look through the illustrations and just to see what other types of beads are out there, because my bead collection is taking off. I'm still quite happy just making little dangles. I have started on a bookmark. I've only completed a couple of rows. But yeah, so it's and it gives you all the little pieces and bits of information at the back. So I've got that one that I'm currently reading, taking in. I also have Toys and Designs Beatrix Potter. I love Beatrix Potter. I love crafting things to do with Beatrix Potter. In here there's soft toys, puppets, bean bags, finger puppets, hand painted fabric toys, decorating your furniture, knitting and needlepoint. There's a little introduction there, and you have all your templates running through that you need. Let me just find something. So you can make all little hand puppets and things. It's absolutely gorgeous book. Really great illustrations, and it actually looks quite easy to follow. So I am looking forward to having a look at fabric paints. That's another one to add to the list. So as I say, it's got all your needlework charts and everything in there. So that's another one, but it's probably going to hold off to the new year now because I've got so many projects on the run at the minute. And another one that I picked up, which I cannot wait to have a go at, and it's a style that I haven't touched upon. It's a style that I'd like to do, and it blends with the fabric, the tactile work that I enjoy. Steampunk softies. They are crazy little characters, and they're made from felt and other materials. I think they're awesome, absolutely awesome, and it tells you how to make them. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Where's another one? I think she is amazing. Look at that. So that's another one for me to have a look at in the coming months to keep me busy. But yeah, that's my 10 crafty questions and a little bit more about me. People to tag. Oh, so many of you have been tagged already. I am going to tag Angie Paisey. I'm going to tag Cajcrafts, now that you're back. This will give you something to do. I'm going to tag Lynns Shabbylicious and Bonny and Clive. I've been really loving the channel, so yeah, Bonny and Clive as well. So they're my 4. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I haven't put you to sleep. And I hope that I'll be back soon with another video. Keep well, be kind, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.